Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. Something new from Piratech. This is a total surprise. I do remember a while back them messaging and saying something's on the way, but I'm going in completely blind for this unboxing video today. This is not a review. This is an unboxing. So I don't know anything about this product. We're just doing a first impressions, and I'll put all the appropriate links down in the description so that you guys can check them out. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's up to you. Thanks to Piratech for sending this stuff in. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Make sure your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. And make sure YouTube didn't unsubscribe you. I'm going to open this smaller gray box first. Okay. We have some sort of treasure. Or a bomb. Who knows? Oh, is it coins? Oh, nice. Yes. Little coins. Fun. We have a whole bunch of these. So they likely... It's literally a treasure pouch. That's cool. Okay. Well, we'll do some giveaway stuff. Let's see what this says here. Let's zoom way in. Okay. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. That's good advice. Okay. But yeah, a whole bunch of these. So maybe I'll start tossing them in with giveaway stuff on the weekends when I do live streams. Thank you very much to Piratech for that. That's really cool. Let's open this. This is obviously the knife. It feels kind of a medium heft. Oh, we have the Saga in S90V at a precise. Whoops! I went a little too far with that. I don't know. It still feels fine. I think I just maybe it hadn't. Oh, I see what happened there. It split right here. That's perfectly fine. But anyways, we have 61.6 HRC, CPM S90V. This is the Saga. Okay, here it is right here. I imagine this is going to be a very nice knife. Piratech has made exquisite things in the past. Oh, yes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at this. Oh, boy. Very Sabenza-esque without being exactly the same thing. Ooh, that is lovely. Okay, so here we go. This is a frame lock. I believe all their past knives have been crossbar locks. Oh, that does feel good. Now, what's going on with the blade? Let's wipe that residue off there real quick. Just oil. A very, very nice. Oh, boy, the action's very nice. Okay, hold on a second. Pocket clip tension, not too crazy. Very, very crisp action. Very smooth action as well. Here's your detent on the lighter side, but it is a thumb stud opener. So this very much does remind me of the Sabenza without, and again, the blade shape is different. The look, the handle curvature is different, but I think that same sort of straightforward, visually appealing tool look is what they were going for there. And they definitely succeeded. And I think still with a magnetic scale, is this that's got to be it, right? Is it? Wow, those are powerful. Man. So we have 4 in there now. I think previously we had 3. So we have a more powerful scale and no play in that either. Oh, I'm pushing it down further. Man, the fit on that is snug. Absolutely no play, and the amount of force required to pull it off is, now that I know I can get it. But I have to put jeez. I have to put a considerable amount of additional force on that scale to pull it off. So that's cool, and probably a few different variations there. The backside of this, yeah, man, that clicks into place. They have the tolerances down tight on that scale. The backside of this is clean, but visually less impressive than the front side. I kind of wish that they had found a way to work in some sort of magnetic scale on that side, though admittedly they have less room over there. Really nice flipping action, really nice jimping. This is a hollow ground. I'm going to say this is more of a trailing point than a drop point, right? So you do have a difference there. Ergonomically, extremely comfortable. Pocket clip is a little long, but not too bad. The tension on it's really nice. It does have a lock bar insert. The lock bar insert and the relief cut are on the inside. No visible hardware at all. Even the pivot must be tucked underneath this. That's interesting. And then no visible hardware on this side because it's all tucked underneath the scale, as well as, the hardware and the disassembly hardware as well. So this must go through to the pocket clip, which is why we don't see it there. And this probably goes through to the frame and holds in the back spacer. This obviously also holds in the back spacer. And then the pivot, the female end of the pivot actually just must be tucked underneath the scale. I guess that's how they did that there. This is nice. Very clean. Now, some people aren't going to like the trailing point blade. That's fine. But the way that this is done is beautiful. The action on that, the pivot action on this is so nice. Reverse flickable. This is a different head on one side. No, it's not different. On this side, it's domed, and on this side is the axis, like the Torx axis. Very, very cool. No blade play up, down, left, or right. Solid access to the lock bar. It actually is cut out slightly lower on it. Look at that. How beautiful. What a nice knife. Very, very cool. Runs on bearings. Probably that's going to be another difference. I'm just holding it up to... Well, I don't know. Are you running... We got to take this guy apart. We got to see. I want to see the inside. Okay, so this will be. I don't always do this. I don't take everything apart, but this has, it's more interesting. So I think it's worth learning about and taking apart. Probably a T8. That's a 9. So let's go ahead and get in here. We have right there. We go. We're just gonna break a little bit of Loctite there, and that's fine. We can always put more back in. I'm going to guess it's just 3 screws holding everything in. Are we going to have to use the... No, it's still... Is it still coming? Boy, it doesn't want to... Maybe we have to pull these off. Okay, it's fine. We're going to get this screw back here. And I like to keep a... Yeah, that definitely obviously goes all the way through. I like to keep a magnet. Not all... Hardware is not always magnetic. Like this hardware. But sometimes you end up with steel components, so the magnet can help kind of keep things. But in this case, it's either oh, there we go. Yeah, this screw definitely loosened things up. This is all under tension, man. Obviously, if it's screwed down, that's stupid. Great observation, Complex, to tell us how wet water is. Yeah, the magnet's not going to do anything for that. So let's take this out and take... So it is on bearings, but there's your inside. And then... What does this screw into? Hold on. Let's look back here. This just goes in. Oops, pocket clip. So this is the... it runs on this... So this... There are threads in there. There's threads that go directly into the scale itself. That's fine. It is that way with a lot of titanium knives that have, no visible hardware. Like, like Herman knives, they run the hardware directly into the titanium. So I think that's fine. That's really cool. So, okay, so there's your inside. There's your lock bar insert, which you'll never, ever have to mess with. You never should mess with. Over travel, right? Back spacer is just stuck to the... Does it float? That's very fixed. I think the back spacer maybe is press fit. Okay, let's put it back together. Let's see how easy it is to put back together. So we have the blade still attached by this. Okay, so let's put this back on here like this. And and there's look at your stop pin location. That's nice. So it's not in the sharpening choil. Now, the way that I'm doing this might mark the blade up. You know, you can do that. You can do this with the blade out or whatever you want to do. In fact, maybe we will go ahead and do that. Let's get the blade out like this. And then we're going to put this scale back on top like this. Can we just push it down? Yeah, we totally can. We totally can do that. And now I think what I'm going to do is just tighten the pivot just to keep everything held down. So we'll go here, and then the longer screw was, why is one longer? That's interesting. That was the one that held in the pocket clip. So let's go ahead and do that. The pocket clip, which is nested. We're going to do that right there, and whoops, I stabbed my background. I knew that this new background wouldn't last very long. Ooh, is that it? It's just a couple of rotations. Okay, all right. Yeah, I guess so. Probably a few more. It's still wanting to kind of wiggle. We don't want that. Oh, it had to overcome something. We're going to keep on going there. There we go. And now we're good. Now there's no movement whatsoever. And then this one here goes through and just threads into the frame on the other side. This also may be trying to overcome something. Whoops. Don't want to do that. I want to make sure that the head of the Torx bit is all the way in there. Okay. Now we'll probably have to adjust that pivot just a little bit. Yeah, it needs to actually be tighter. There we go. Let's go here. We don't want to go too tight, but we also want it to maintain solidity. A little more. Oh, it's still wanting to kind of flop around a little bit. Still favoring one side. There we go. Still good action. Now we're solid. And we are centered. Maybe actually I over-tightened it a little bit. Ooh, there we go. Maybe like that. Are we centered? Pretty darn close. I think I'm actually still favoring the left side. I don't want to obsess over it because obviously it was centered to begin with. That means that I can always get it there. So I think we're pretty darn close. Let's put this back on and then go again. Oh yeah, we're good. Now I think I actually stripped this screw right here. I think I may have just overdone it on that one. It was trying to overcome something. See if I can get it to actually go back out. Yeah, I just didn't have it down all the way. I think I was like not completely in there, and I turned it, and it was too shallow in the head. So, but I can still turn it, and it's fine, and I can get it all the way down. I just have to push forward. So don't do what I did. Don't strip any screws. But yeah, this does come back together very easily. It's nice to see the internals there. Absolutely solid. Very nice. Okay, I don't know what this costs. This is not a review. This is just an unboxing and first impressions. Very cool knife. Very nice knife. S90V. We will do a full review on it, but, you know, this could be, I'm going to guess this is over 300 bucks. That's usually the case with these Piratech knives, so we'll see. Anyways. Thanks again to Piratech. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.